I want you to look at this bag, not a grow bag, not a raised bed, not a garden plot that took a weekend to build, a trash bag. The kind sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now that costs less than 50 cents. I just pulled 50 pounds of sweet potatoes out of it. Dense, heavy, forearm-sized tubers packed so tightly they had to grow around each other just to fit. Two slips, one bag, one season, under $15 total. But I'm not going to show you the harvest yet, because if you understand why this works before you see what it produces, the result hits completely differently. Stay with me. If you're growing from a balcony, a patio, a small backyard, or anywhere without a proper garden bed, this channel is built for exactly your situation. One method, one container, one system every week. Subscribe so you never miss one. And here's what you need to understand first. Sweet potatoes don't fail because of bad soil, not the wrong variety, not bad weather. They fail because of direction. In open ground, tubers spread horizontally, following the path of least resistance in every direction. The result is a scattered, unpredictable harvest. Half your tubers 3 feet from where you planted, half the size of your finger. Now picture what happens when you put a physical boundary around that same plant. The tubers hit the bag wall. They can't spread outward, so they turn downward where the richest, most oxygenated soil is. That's what concentrates the harvest into a dense column of large, heavy tubers instead of a scattered field of small ones. Not magic, not luck. Physics and plant biology in a container that costs 50 cents. And before I show you how to build this system, I need you to see something first. That single tuber weighed more than most people's entire container of sweet potato harvest. Now let me show you exactly how it gets there. Quick question, what country are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. I want to see every climate this method reaches. Element 1, the container. The bag selection is foundational, not optional. You need a contractor-grade heavy-duty trash bag. Standard kitchen bags tear under wet soil weight and break down in UV light within weeks. Contractor bags hold shape under 50 pounds of expanding root mass for a full growing season. Under $2 at any hardware store. $2, that is your container investment. Unfold the bag completely. Punch 20 to 24 holes across the entire bottom third, and not just the base, the lower sides too. Then fold the top down 6 inches to create a rolled cuff. This reinforces the bag and prevents tearing. Place the bag in its permanent location before you fill it. 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight daily. Hard surface only, patio, driveway, deck. Never on grass or bare soil. Grass creates slug pathways and allows roots to escape through the drainage holes, which defeats the entire containment purpose. Position first, fill second. Element 2, the soil mix. Standard potting mix will grow sweet potatoes. It will not grow 50 pounds. Sweet potato tubers don't just grow downward. They push outward through the growing medium. Any resistance caps their maximum size. Compacted soil is a ceiling on your harvest. The mix must do 3 things: drain fast, stay loose, and feed underground development, not vine growth. The exact blend: 50% standard potting mix, 30% coarse horticultural sand, not beach sand, coarse builder sand, 15% perlite, 5% wood ash, one of the highest natural potassium sources available, feeding tuber development directly. No wood ash, substitute kelp meal or green sand. Fill to within 8 inches of the rolled cuff. That gap is your hilling space. Element 4 explains why. Element 3, horizontal slip planting. This is the technique every other video walks past, and it is the single decision that most determines how many tubers your bag produces. Tubers form along every buried node on the stem. The more stem you bury, the more initiation sites you create, the more tubers the plant produces. Most beginners plant their slip like any seedling. On why root ball in, stem exposed. Tuber formation only at the root ball. 3 to 5 tubers maximum. The correct technique is horizontal slip planting. Lay your slip horizontally across the soil surface. Bury the entire stem from the root end to the last 2 sets of leaves at 3 to 4 inches deep. Leave only the top 2 to 3 sets of leaves above ground. A slip with 6 buried nodes creates 6 initiation sites, 6 sites each producing 1 to 3 tubers, 6 to 18 tubers from a single slip, 2 slips per bag. That mathematics is exactly what drives a 50-pound harvest. Water gently after planting using a watering can with a rose head. And this is the moment, right around week 8, when I realized something was happening inside the bag that I wasn't expecting. The sides were visibly bulging outward, not from soil pressure, from tubers. I pressed my hand against the outside of the bag and felt the outline of tubers pushing against the plastic from the inside. The bag was full, not soil, but harvest. The tubers were already fighting each other for space, and I hadn't even reached the harvest signal yet. Element 4, vine management and hilling. By week 4 to 6, your bag will produce vines that spread in every direction and reach 6 to 8 feet by midsummer. This is where most gardeners destroy their own harvests. Vines touch the ground. Where a vine touches moist soil, it roots, developing its own tuber system outside your bag. Your plant now feeds 2 separate root systems. Your bag tubers get smaller. Total yield drops dramatically. The fix is vine lifting. Every 7 to 10 days, lift any vines touching the ground. Roll them back toward the bag. 10 minutes every 10 days. 100% of the plant's energy stays inside the bag. Now hilling. At week 4, add a 3-inch layer of soil mix into the 8-inch gap above the soil line. At week 8, add another 2 to 3 inches. Each addition buries a new stem. Each buried section creates new tuber initiation sites. Vine lifting every 10 days. Hilling at week 4 and week 8. That combination is the system within the system. Element 5, harvest signals and curing. Sweet potatoes need 100 to 120 frost-free days from planting to maturity. Mark your planting date. Count forward 100 days. Earliest possible harvest window. 3 signals confirm actual readiness. Vine yellowing, lower leaves turning yellow from the base upward. Plant redirecting energy into the tubers. Vine tip dieback, newest growth at the tips beginning to shrivel. Harvest within 2 weeks. Skin test, insert your hand into the soil and feel for a tuber. Firm skin that resists your thumbnail means harvest ready. Soft skin means more time. If all 3 signals are present, harvest day. Tip the bag sideways onto a hard surface and peel it open. What comes out is not scattered tubers. It is a dense, compressed column of interlocking sweet potatoes. Some the size of your forearm, packed so tightly several had to grow around each other. 8, 12, 15, more, 20 pounds, 30, 40, 50. Do not wash them immediately. Cure them, 80 to 85 degrees, humid space, 10 to 14 days. Curing converts starches to sugars and extends storage from weeks to months. Uncured, 2 to 3 weeks before deterioration. Properly cured, 6 to 8 months. Contractor bag, 20 to 24 drainage holes across the bottom third. Hard surface in full sun. 50% potting mix, 30% coarse sand, 15% perlite, 5% wood ash. 2 slips planted horizontally. Deep and dry watering after establishment. Vine lifting every 10 days. Hilling at week 4 and week 8. Harvest by vine yellowing, tip dieback, and skin test. 10 to 14 days curing. That is the only way you should grow sweet potatoes in a container. Are you building this system this season? Drop your location and what you're growing in the comments. Someone reading right now is on the fence, and your experience might be exactly what pushes them to start. And if you think 50 pounds from a trash bag was surprising, next week I ran the same containment principle with a different root crop. The container failed halfway through the season. The harvest still outperformed my raised bed. It's already filmed. Subscribe so you don't miss it.